Hey there, adventurers! This week, we're sailing on board Disney's oldest cruise ship, the Disney Magic. This is going to be for a special Halloween High Seas 4-night cruise, where we will be checking out everything from the restaurants, the room, the new Lighthouse Point island, celebrating Pirate Night, and more. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and have a great day adventure. Now, before we set sail on Disney Magic, let's first talk about the ship itself. First setting sail in 1998, the Disney Magic is Disney Cruise Line's first cruise ship built. The ship has 11 decks, is 984 feet long, and can accommodate up to 2,700 passengers with over 875 staterooms. While the ship has been sailing for over 25 years, there's been many changes, especially in 2013 with a major renovation to the Grand Atrium, the addition of the Aqueduct, and more, like Rapunzel's Royal Table in 2018 and the Soul Cat Lounge in 2023. During the month of September and October, there's a special Halloween High Seas event happening where the entire cruise ship is decorated with all sorts of Halloween decor. There's also characters like Mickey and Friends dressed up in their cool Halloween costumes, special shows, entertainment, food, merchandise, and even trick-or-treating. But as of now, with all of that out of the way, it was finally time to embark upon the Disney Magic.
Family.
Wow, so nice in here.
Please look at the Bruce family. Please look what they were jealous, family.
Once we're inside Grand Atrium, there is the main statue of Helmsman Mickey steering the wheel of the ship in front of Lumière's and the staircase. There's also hidden Mickeys on the half circles near the elevators, and all sorts of Disney characters and artwork all around the Grand Atrium, including Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and others. Then there's the pumpkin tree, which will light up on night 1 of vacation with a special pumpkin tree lighting show at 7:30 p.m. There's even some banners for the Halloween High Seas, nearby Lumière's, and if you immediately turn right as soon as you enter, there's the Port Adventures desk where you can book port activities, as there's a very cute Mickey and Minnie pumpkin. On the windows, there's some more decorations with all these cute pumpkins that are on each side of the ship's windows. At the opposite side, there is guest relations, where crew members will help you if you have any questions or issues. Even here and along the hallway down Rapunzel's and Soul Cat Lounge, there's some more pumpkin decorations on the windows. And even some cobwebs. As of now, one of the first things we're going to be checking out is none other than Cabanas, their buffet that serves both breakfast and lunch. Now, when it comes to Cabanas, there's a wide array of food items such as vegetable fried rice, pork chow mein, scallions, cilantro fries, chicken, mac and cheese, vegetables, and dessert. There's also a bar area that has prosciutto, cheese, crab legs, and shrimp. There's a roasted beef strip loin, a roasted whole turkey, lamb chops, pasta, and last but not least, grilled chicken breasts, along with a wide array of breads. And we just got our lunch. We have cod, chicken tenders, mac and cheese, fries, and Parmesan bread. I think that's all we're going to get for now. Now, after a quick lunch at Cabanas, we are finally in our stateroom. There's 4 types of rooms on board, such as an indoor room, an ocean view room, the concierge room, which is the most expensive room out of 4, and for our very own stateroom, a Verandah stateroom. Once we step inside, there's the signature split bathrooms on the left, and a closet with hangers, and a safe on the right. There's also multiple dressers, the queen bed, and 2 tables on each side, along with a mirror. On top of the 2 dressers, there's 1 portrait of Mr. and Mrs. Disney on deck, and a sketch drawing Pirates of the Caribbean from Mark Davis. Then there's a living room area with a TV, a mini fridge, a vanity mirror, and a pull-out couch that could be turned into a bed. Above the pull-out couch, there's a sign with song notes for "Dream is a wish your heart makes." And finally, last but not least, there is the veranda with 2 chairs and a table. This room is amazing, especially with how cozy it all is. Although very soon, we will need to go to the mandatory safety drill where you learn important information in case an emergency happens. And then we'll be heading up to Deck 9, since at 4:30 p.m. there's a fun sail wave party that happens with Mickey and friends as soon as you sail away from port and begin your vacation. So with all that out of the way, I'll see you all at the sail wave party.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to say goodbye to Fort Lauderdale and hello to your cruise vacation. I think we should sound the ship's horn. Little countdown, baby. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we just got out of the sail away party, and as always, it is just so much fun to watch. Right now, our dining reservation for Rapunzel's royal table isn't until less than an hour at 5:45 p.m. So, since we have a bit of time before dinner, I thought I'd show you all what the kids clubs look like inside. On day 1, there's an open house for all the kids clubs, where there's the It's Small World Nursery, Disney's Oceaneering Club and Lab, Vibe, and Edge.
Now, as soon as you enter inside of the Oceaneering Club, there are several different themed rooms. So there's Pixie Hollow, themed to Tinkerbell. There's also Walt Disney Treasury of Children's Classics. It looks like they're playing some music videos on the TV. There's a water bottle refill station, bathrooms. There's also a Marvel Superhero Academy inside this room. This is all themed to Marvel films, where we have Hydra logo. There's also the Iron Man Mark 6 prototype, Captain America's training shield, a TV screen, along with Lumière with just Thor's hammer.
There's even a Club Disney Junior area with tables, a screen for movies and music videos, and all sorts of cute decorations. And last but not least, in Oceaneering Club, there is Andy's room with a Sleepy Dog slide, a Mr. Potato Head and ham, and plenty of decor themed to Andy's room from Toy Story. In each of the rooms as well, there are multiple events and shows that happens multiple times per day, including craft sessions and games. Next is going to be Disney's Oceaneer Lab, and one thing I forgot to mention are the hand washing stations that are admittedly really cool. Both the club and lab are very similar, where they're aimed for kids ages 3 to 10 years old. Inside the lab, there's tons of experiments, video games, and crafts inside for kids. There's first the Animator studio, where you can become an artist and draw some Disney characters. There's even newspaper clippings from Hotel Hightower, which is actually the fictional hotel for Tokyo Disney Sea's Tower of Terror, along with artwork of Mystic Manor, which is a ride in Hong Kong Disneyland, and even a portrait of Sea, which is the fictional group within these 2 rides. There's then the craft studio, where you can make crafts, a video game section where you can play Nintendo Switch, you can watch a movie, or try to guide a cruise ship. Heck, I even tried to play one games and I still lost that kid's game. Last but not least, there's both the games area, where one is for game shows, and then there's an area where sometimes events might happen, including shows or even movies playing on screen. On top of that, just in case someone needs to go to bathrooms, there is the bathrooms on the right side of the club, where they have a potty seat and lower toilets for kids.
There's also It's a Small World nursery for 6 months old to 3 years old.
Now, of course, inspired by Mary Blair's artwork from It's a Small World, this kids club has a play mat, cubbies, a small basketball hoop, small chairs for kids, and cribs for naps. As for a vibe, this area is aimed for teens 14 to 17 years old, while Edge is aimed for younger teens 11 to 14 years old. And while I didn't go inside Vibe, there's always something to do with multiple flat screen TVs, video games, board games, play the latest tunes, and socialize with kids their own age during fun video and virtual reality game sessions. And last but not least, for tweens inside Edge, kids can kick back and relax with flat screen TVs, multiple gaming systems, arts, crafts, karaoke, scavenger hunts, selfie walls, themed nights of fun, and more. As of right now, though, we actually have to head over to dinner for Rapunzel's Royal Table.
Starting off with Rapunzel's Royal Table, this is themed to the movie Tangled, where Rapunzel is celebrating her birthday, where you are invited to her party.
Good evening. Hi, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic. You guys ready for a good time tonight?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Hello, hi.
Now, once we're heading inside the restaurant, there's a proclamation for Rapunzel's Royal Table, inviting all to join them at a joyous celebration, a royal banquet to welcome home and to honor the anniversary of Rapunzel's birthday for a magical evening of festivities and entertainment. There's even wanted posters of the Sabaton brothers and Flynn Rider himself. But once we're inside, there's all sorts of decorations with sun banners, sun decorations on the ceiling, crates of apples at the reception desk with Pascal as well. This restaurant is massive with tons of floating lanterns all around, and on top of that, all around each side walls of the restaurant, there's a retelling of Rapunzel's story, starting from the beginning with Rapunzel with her family, up to Rapunzel cutting her very own hair. And last but not least, there's a mural of Rapunzel finally meeting her family. And then on the opposite side of the room, there is a stage with all sorts of floating lanterns. So far, when it comes to the restaurant itself, it is beautiful, especially with the theming and the design of it all. Then there's the food. Starting off with the bread service, they serve the pretzel bread with a mustard dip, and it's really good. For an appetizer, there is a choice of a Snuggly duckling platter, an ahi tuna tartar, and for my appetizer, the crisp Isle of Corona shrimp, which is actually great. There's also salads such as the Maximus salad and romaine wedge, and quote-unquote hot smoked salmon salad, soup such as the potato cream soup, and a green asparagus and broccoli soup.
I said you're here for Princess Encanto's party. You're in the kingdom, you got good food, and there's a lot of people in here. So I need a lot more cooperation, alright? We're gonna try this again, alright? I said welcome to Rapunzel's Royal Table! Myself, I am Lumière.
Hi friends, how we doing tonight?
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Well, hey, you gotta have the apple strudel for me, okay? It's my favorite. Just don't have too much, or you'll get a figure like me. You guys enjoy, all right? Have a wonderful cruise.
For the main entree, there's the pan-seared sea bass fillet, Flynn Rider platter, an Oktoberfest lemon, and a thyme roasted chicken, and Captain of the Guard's roasted prime rib of beef. For a vegetarian option, there's a spinach, zucchini, eggplant, and ricotta-filled potato crepes, and chili spiced tofu ramen. And last but not least, there's the lighter notes such as the lobster salad, chicken, steak, and salmon. For my dinner tonight, I chose a Tangled pasta. I'm not a huge fan of scallops, but it was actually delicious.
Alright, give it up for Princess Rapunzel! Playing Lila, the royal revelers, but most importantly, give it up for your wonderful summers!
Now, to end things off, there is dessert. There's specialty drinks like coffee, martinis, and other selections as well. And then there's the creme brulee cheesecake, a warm braided apple strudel, the birthday cupcake sundae, a gothic black forest tower, a lemon raspberry mousse bomb, and for my dessert, Rapunzel's fried pan sweetbread. The bread was very sweet with the sugar and chocolate sauce, as this was really great. When it comes to the restaurant overall, I thought this was amazing, especially when it comes to theming, the show, and even the food itself. And my honest opinion, this was a perfect way to start off day one.
Next up, we have the next show, which is going to be the tree lighting, where the narrator tells a Halloween story to light up this pumpkin tree. I thought we'd go ahead and watch the tree lighting for the Halloween high seas.
With the perfect spooky atmosphere, it's time to awaken the pumpkin tree. Now, don't be afraid. We'll call it all together. Let's see what will happen. Are you ready? Spirits of the pumpkin tree, the biggest we've ever seen. Wake up and talk to us. It's time for Halloween. Everyone say wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Even louder, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Oh, children, you did it.
Greetings, my fresh faces and innocent eyes. You are all here for fun and surprise. Look at all of you. What a wonderful sight. But don't be scared. I want smiles, not fright. So rise up your voices. Let me hear a loud scream. For that is what we need to celebrate Halloween. Witches' laughter and ghoulish growls. Zombies, monsters on the prowl. Bring the power of nightmares unseen. Bring them to life. It's Halloween!
Well now, my dear friends, I must be going now. I have much more to attend to. Oh, but I'm going to leave you with one final thought. This train is here because of you and your imagination. So the next time you feel scared of a ghost or something under your bed, use your imagination. You'll be safe. And happy Halloween!
And now we're at the Walt Disney Theater.
On night one, you get a picture with Rapunzel's lantern, especially since Tangled musical is tonight.
There's also preludes where you can get some snacks and drinks like popcorn, soda. Although on every single Disney cruise ship, they have a special Broadway-style show that is happening almost every night. Tonight is going to be Tangled musical. This is based off of the film Tangled. And on day 2, they are playing Inside Out 2. And on day 3, there is a show Twice Charm, a unique take on Cinderella. And then on day 4, for the final day, there is Disney Dreams, an enchanted classic. It's also important to remember when it comes to any theatrical productions inside of the theaters on the Disney cruise, there is no filming or photography allowed, so I'll see you after the show. And we just got out of Tangled musical. I think it's a very charming production overall, especially with the sets and even the musical numbers. It is incredible, and it's definitely worth watching.
Another thing I want to talk about is that there are 2 show times, so if you're dining at any rotational dining restaurants like Rapunzel's or Animator's Palate, then you can still watch the show before or afterwards. The show will be around 6 p.m. and 8:15 or 8:30 p.m. and I would suggest getting there 15-20 minutes in advance.
Located at deck 4 on the aft side, there is the stores like Mickey's Main Sale with a ton of merchandise, including Halloween High Seas merchandise. Own some pirate gear if you're looking for some pirate gear for Pirate Night, and even some more fancy merchandise and jewelry at Whitecaps. Now, before we finish the video, I did want to mention I went through my room earlier and we got to see a towel animal. It's so cool to see. Now, I think that's going to be a wrap for our adventure here on the Disney Magic for day 1. We still have many other days left on the Disney Magic.
We did so much today. We checked into our room, saw the sail away party, dined at Rapunzel's royal table, saw the pumpkin tree lighting and Tangled musical, and most importantly, had a great first day aboard the Disney Magic.
Now first, to start our day, we gotta go ahead and head over to Cabanas for breakfast. Cabanas is Disney Magic's own buffet where they have all sorts of food for breakfast, such as eggs, bacon, sausage, Mickey waffles, pancakes, cereal, milk, fruits, and more. And I thought we'd go ahead and even eat outside with an incredible view of the island itself. And wouldn't you look at this, we have our breakfast. We got some eggs, Mickey waffles, French toast, fruit, bacon, and hash browns. And I cannot wait to dig in. Now, before we do anything with Lookout Cay, let's discuss what the island is. So this is an island purchased by Disney where it's 900 acres of land on the southern tip of a Bohemian island called Eleuthera. Now there is multiple activities, live entertainment, and most importantly, a few beaches all around the island itself. There's also a kids club called Sebastian's Cove, and there's also an adults only area called Serenity Bay. But before we head over to the island itself, let's go ahead and eat our breakfast. Now, when it comes to disembarking the ship, you'll need a few things. Your key to the world card, which is your room key, and any identification, like a driver's license if you're 18 years or older. Once we disembarked the ship, we had this beautiful view of the very popular long bridge. This bridge is a half-mile long, and if you need any extra assistance, there's carts for guests with disabilities, and also wagons and strollers for children.
The whole bridge walk took around 18 minutes long, and the whole reason why there's a bridge in the first place is so that Disney doesn't destroy any of the coral reef in the ocean. Around a halfway point, there's also 2 water stations, where you can get a cup of water with one at the midpoint and one nearby the main entrance. Even though it's a bit of a walk with the ocean views and breeze, it was enjoyable.
And now we just ended our walk here for Lookout Cay. And now we're at the entrance for Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. We also have some cold towels as well when you're entering.
By the time we reached the main entrance area, there was the main security checkpoint area. We went through, and as soon as you enter the entrance area, home to Masquerade Cove, this is where you can check into your cabana and get bike rentals. There's also Turbout Berth, where you can check into a charter boat for port adventures. Along with that, there's a shop called Mangroves and Go that serves alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, and a merchandise area called First and Last Chance Stand with t-shirts, plushies, sunscreen, and more. On some of the rocks around the island, there's also statues with some animals that you might find on the island. Now there's 2 paths you can take. On the right side, there's Masquerade Cove, a beach with tons of chairs and cabanas, and on the left side, there's trams to the Goombay Cultural Center from Masquerade Cove. And now, it's time we head over to Goombay Cultural Center.
Paprika, my friends. A very pleasant good day to you all. Welcome to Disney Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. My name is Tracy, and I will be your host for our short tram ride to the beach areas of our tropical paradise.
Cultural Center. This is where the tram stop is going to be located, so you can head back over to Masquerade Cove. There's also the guest services area and restrooms, and Disney Things, where you can get some merchandise, towels, and other goodies for Lookout Cay. Here you can get a sandcastle kit, some other toys, and more. There's also photo ops. There's also Treasures of Eleuthera. Here you can find some jewelry and other goodies. There's also Plates and Pleats, where kids and adults can get braids, with a kid's French braid for $35 and adults French braids for $45. Most importantly, you're going to have to make a decision. If you want to head over to your right, where there's all sorts of family beaches and events, or if you want to take a left and head over to Serenity Bay or any of the other entertainment offerings here. For the sake of this video, we're going to go ahead and head right so that we can first talk about family beaches and everything that's on that side. Now, I wanted to work my way from the bottom to the top, and I thought we would start off with the Reef and Rec Bar. Here, they serve all sorts of alcoholic beverages, and it's going to be one of the few bars on this island. And right next door is going to be the Play Pavilion. Here, they're going to have a show with all sorts of Mickey and Friends characters. It's going to be the Disney Fun in the Sun Beach Bash, where all sorts of Mickey and Friends characters come out to play and dance some music as well. Now, when there isn't a show, there is board games, there's also soccer, Jenga, and even checkers, as well as some cornhole. I think we're just going to go ahead and wait for the show to begin.
Possibilities here in the Bahamas. So, for our first game, it is time Hawaii. Now, when Pluto heard this, he howled with excitement. Yes, he did. And he came up with our very next game, Pluto's Pineapple Ring Toss. You are going to be given a ring. You need to try and toss that ring onto the pineapple. The team that gets the most rings upon the pineapple will win the game. So, you are going to be the Pluto. That was super close, pals. But this next one comes from our playful duo, Chip and Tail. Now they have loved all the water play they've seen on the island here today. And in fact, the water is even represented on the Bahamian flag. Yes, it is. In that aquamarine colour represents the ocean. So you know wherever there's water, you're always going to find Chip and Tail splish splashing. No! You cheating Chip, you scared me. Now, the aim of the game is to pass, wait 1 second, is to pass the sponge down all the way. Now, once we get to the end, you've got to squeeze the water out and then pass all the dry sponges back. So, this side, you are going to be the green team. That side, you are going to be the blue team. The team to get the most water in the buckets will win the game. So, ready, set, go, go, go!
Now, that show was actually pretty fun. It was very enjoyable and entertaining for families and kids. If you want to do something like that, they will only be doing it twice per day. One at 11:15 and one at 1 o'clock. So, because we got off a bit late, around 10:40, so if that's something you want to do, definitely arrive early. I think right now we're going to go ahead and explore some of the other areas of the island. And I think we can see up here, there is Sebastian's Cove. Here, this is a kids' water play area where it's similar to the clubs up on the cruise ship where they have all sorts of games and events happening. It's also important to remember this is only for children's ages 3 years to 10 years. And in terms of the hours of operation, it is from 11:30 to 3:30. Also, another thing I wanted to say for this club, you don't need to be registered already in the other kids clubs up on deck. You can just register here and they'll be happy to assist you. And even then, if you're already registered but you don't have your wristband, they can give you another one. So that's nice. Now, for our lunch today, we're going to be heading into True True Barbecue. There is grilled salmon, marinade grilled snapper, grilled broccoli and corn, sauteed pickled vegetables, fruit salad, cucumber salad, and coleslaw. There's also Creole seafood jambalaya, plantains, and Bahamian pigeon peas and rice. There's a Lookout Cay spiced rotisserie chicken, grilled barbecue ribs, plant-based island curry, grilled corn cob and broccoli, french fries, baked mac and cheese, coleslaw, tomato, cucumber salad with red onion, and grilled pineapple black bean salad, cheeseburgers, spicy chicken sandwiches. There's also french fries, chili con carne, Riesling wine sauerkraut, and grilled hot dogs.
For lunch, I got a chicken sandwich, some fries, mac and cheese, and the ribs. The food was really good and delicious, especially the chicken sandwich, that mac and cheese, and of course the ribs as well. Now, if you heard before from other videos, one of the problems with this area is that there was so many flies, and now with gigantic fans, the fly situation has improved by a lot, as there's hardly any flies in the area itself. After lunch, it was then time we continued the tour around Lookout Cay.
There's also the watering hole bar area where you can get a souvenir cup. There's also seltzers, beers, coffees and refreshers, cocktails, and even non-alcoholic drinks like an aqua tonic and an Alamaki spritz. Right beside the watering hole, there is Rush Out Gush Out water play area. This is a water play area for families and children. There is a water slide where you can splash down and multiple splash pads that you can soak in or soak others. Next up on our list of things to do, we're going to be checking out the Rush a Junkanoo Jamboree celebration. This show happens at 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. as a live musical band plays Junkanoo music with their own instruments, as this is a celebration where people can dance and enjoy music. I highly recommend you get there 10-20 minutes in advance before showtime so you can get a good view of the celebration itself. However, at the 2 p.m. showtime, it tends to be lesser crowded than the 12 p.m. showtime. So I think if you arrive 10 minutes beforehand, you should have a good view. As of right now, let's go ahead and check out the show. It looks like the band is over there. We can see Mickey Minnie.
Now when it comes to Junkanoo, this amazing event was created by a man named Junkanoo. Get it? Got it? Good. He and his people decided, let's make our own celebration. They created everything you hear, see, and feel, all by their own hands, everybody. Now this has got its roots all the way back in Africa, everybody, when it comes to the drums, how everybody's dressed, how they feel, and how they're celebrating all this. Now this is a cultural celebration. Basically the heartbeat of the Bahamas, everybody, and it's recognized by UNESCO, so you know it's an international party. And this party's gonna be happening not now, but right now. Somebody feel it? Feel it. When it comes to this fun, everybody, we're gonna start with the music. That's that heartbeat, that bass drum, that heartbeat, that bass drum. No Junkanoo band is complete without it. That's gotta be in one every single time. They have tom drums on top, and of course, they've got the conch shell going on, kind of like a horn. Now they do have a brass horn section, and that's the melody that you hear, that you can hum and sing along to, everybody. Oh, we got some cowbells and some whistles to round out the sound. Now when it comes to their costumes, they're all handmade. Everything you see out of cardboard, crepe paper, sequins, a little bit of everything. Now speaking of parties, no party's complete without our superstars. Can you please make some noise for Mickey Mouse? Please make some noise for Mickey Mouse. And my name is Tisa. People, many members to this party. Right here, live. It's amazing to Can you all please welcome the band? Hey,
Alright, we just got out of Rush, a Junkanoo celebration. Now, honestly, that was so fun. It's definitely worth watching. So it's such a fun celebration. I mean, the performers are incredible. The costumes as well were great. And overall, it was a fun time that if they had another performance, I'd definitely do it again.
Now, also at the Goombay Cultural Center, you learn more about the island of Eleuthera and the Bahamian culture. Besides the rush celebration before a show, you can make your very own Junkanoo crafts inside the Goombay Cultural Center, and inside, there's all sorts of paintings, artifacts, and information as you learn more about the island and its culture.
Right next door, there's also Sensational Smoothies, where you can get some smoothies and drinks here. Or if you're in the mood for any alcoholic beverages, there is the Watering Hole Bar, where you can get some alcoholic beverages and even some non-alcoholic beverages as well. Now, between Goombay Cultural Center and the beach itself, there is Flippers and Fins snorkel rentals. Here you can rent some snorkeling gear so you can swim and snorkel in the ocean. Now, if you want to rent some snorkeling gear, it'll cost $38 per snorkeling gear, where you can snorkel underwater, although be aware you will need to have a life vest that you can get here. And I feel like for the most part, compared to both Castaway Cay and here, from what I hear, there's not much to really look at snorkeling wise at Lookout. So if you want another activity, then you can snorkel here at Lookout Cay. I think right now though, we're gonna go ahead and check out the rest of the island because we have the top half left to go. Next up, we have our next area, which is going to be the Bow and Ribbon Bar. Here they serve all sorts of non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages. There's also a bathroom. And across from Bow and Ribbon Bar, we have True True Barbecue 2. Here you can get pretty much the same food as there was at True True Barbecue. There's also a multitude of seats where you can sit back, relax in the shade, away from the heat. Although, if I'm going to be 100% honest, I feel like there could be a bit more shade around here, especially around the crowded areas, especially for photo ops or character meet and greets. And there's also Serenity Bay. There's a bunch of cabanas at this side of the area where they're pretty pricey for the most part. And at this side for Serenity Bay, this is an adults only area where adults 18 years or older can come here and relax without the children and families. And there's an area for dogs with some grass. There's a look at Serenity Bay Beach. There's also the Serenity Bay Barbecue, serving the same amount of food that the True True Barbecue and True True Barbecue 2 restaurants serve. And there's also the Blue Hole Bar, serving all sorts of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. And of course, there's plenty of seating with some shade.
Now, before we head out of Lookout Cay, I thought I'd head over to the beaches. Now, both the family and adult beaches are going to be one of, if not the most popular areas of Lookout Cay. There's plenty of beach chairs around the area, and the ocean was beautiful. On top of that, if you're going to the beach, especially if it's a bigger ship like Disney Dream or Fantasy, then I would suggest getting there early, especially when it comes to Disney Magic, since it's a bit busy. So, let's go ahead and check out the beaches, and afterwards, head out of Lookout Cay to go back on the ship. And now we're back on board the Disney Magic. Honestly, when it comes to Island overall, I thought the island was simply amazing. The entertainment options were amazing, the food was delicious, the beaches were beautiful, and overall the theming and designs were pretty creative for the most part. I love how they tied this entire island within culture, similar to how Animal Kingdom is like. I think there could be a bit more shade around the island personally, especially considering that on some summers it could be hot. I also think that the landscape could be grown in more, so it'll be interesting to see all that grow over the years. Similar to Castaway Cay, if you're planning on coming here, I'll definitely visit Island since there's still so much we personally haven't done yet, like meeting characters, going on a bike or walking trails, and even the port excursions on island itself. And now, once we're officially sailing away from our island at 5:30 p.m., it is then time for dinner at Lumière's. This elegant restaurant is themed to Beauty and Beast, where they serve French-inspired dishes with cocktails, appetizers such as the duck confit, fried brie, iced lobster, and jumbo shrimp, soups, salads, the bread service of the French country bread, and more. I thought I'd start things off and try the fried brie, and it wasn't really for me personally, as I probably won't get this again. Then there's the main course with a conchile pasta, a salmon royale, a rack of lamb, steak, roasted duck, and some vegetarian later note offerings. Now, on the restaurants, you can request to get other food items from other restaurants. So as a side to my main course of grilled chicken fries, there was the pasta purse from Animator's Palate. Now, these are one of my favorite dishes from any Disney cruise ship, and I just had to get them. And just as it was from Disney Dream, this dish was simply incredible. It's very flavorful, filling, and delicious, especially with the champagne sauce and the noodles as well. And then last but not least, came the dessert offerings. There's souffle, an apple tart tatin, a Tahitian vanilla creme brulee, a strawberry shortcake sundae, and for a no sugar dessert, I got myself a duo chocolate slice, which was great, and apple tart tatin, which was just fine. But overall, when it comes to Lumière's, I think this is one of the weaker restaurants for me. Unlike the two other restaurants, this restaurant doesn't have a show, as it's more of a peaceful and charming restaurant.
Now we are back from dinner, and what do you know? We have our second towel animal.
Now, we're actually going to go up on Deck 9 since tonight is the Halloween on High Seas event. There's Trick or Treat Trail around Cabanas, a dance party called Mickey's Masquerade Party up on Deck 9 stage, and later on, characters around Atrium, and parties around the kids clubs and adult clubs. You can also dress up in a Halloween costume as well, but right now, we're going to go up on Deck 9 to go trick-or-treating around Cabanas.
Hi, happy Halloween! Thank you! Happy Halloween!
Yes.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Oh, happy Halloween! Hope you have a great night. And we just got a bunch of candy for trick-or-treating. Now, I do want to mention too, you can get allergy-friendly candy. As of now, though, we're going to go ahead and watch our final show tonight, which is Mickey's Masquerade Dance Party. This is a dance party with Mickey and friends in their Halloween costumes, where you are invited to dance along with them. It is definitely worth noting that you should probably come 15 to 30 minutes in advance, because this can be quite popular. So I think right now we're going to go ahead and watch Mickey's Masquerade Party.
Our special friends are ready to come party with us. So everybody, please put your hands together for Mickey Mouse! Hi, everybody. So gosh, it looks like we made it. Talk about ghoulish good timing. So what do you say? Are we all dressed up and ready to do the masquerade dance? Great! Because here we go!
a Halloween night. There are some characters meeting in their costumes, and I thought we would hopefully get to see Mickey, and also maybe you get to see Minnie. Hello, Mickey Mouse. How's it going tonight? Happy Halloween. I love that costume. Is it okay if I get a picture with you? Hello, happy Halloween. I love the costume. Is it okay if I get a picture with you?
You want to give us a 12 real quick?
12, Minnie 12. That's the way.
Thank you, Minnie.
Excellent.
The character meet and greets on the Disney Magic are incredible so far. There's a lot less people on Disney Magic compared to like Disney Wish or Dream. So the lines here have been a bit more manageable than ever. And in all honesty, it was so cool seeing Mickey and Minnie in their Halloween costumes. Although I think that's going to be it for our night here on Disney Magic. I had a fun time checking out Lighthouse Point, also exploring some fun Halloween activities that you can do on the Disney Magic. Now, one last thing before we head out is that on the clubs and even at the nightclub for adults, there are Halloween parties where they have all sorts of live music and dancing, where adults 18 years or older can dress up in their Halloween costumes and maybe even win a prize.
Now for our first stop this morning, we're back at Cabanas. During the morning, there are a few breakfast options such as sit-down breakfast at Rapunzel's Royal Table, a buffet at Cabanas, brunch at Paulo's, or the 24-hour room service that's available.
Here they serve breakfast from 7 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. They have oatmeal, cream of wheat, grits. There's also bacon, sausage, eggs, sauteed mushrooms, hash browns, grilled tomatoes, assorted bread, roasted potatoes, corned beef hash, cinnamon French toast, biscuits and gravy, along with eggs Benedict and a Florentine eggs Benedict, chocolate chip pancakes and buttermilk pancakes, Mickey waffles and blueberry pancakes, and there is some omelets as well. For the snack section, there are donuts, muffins, vanilla pound cake, danishes. There's even bread, English muffins, cheese, smoked trout, cucumbers and tomatoes, smoothies. There's also granola, yogurt, oatmeal and berries, mango smoothie, cream cheese. There's also cereal, milk, yogurt, fruit, and more.
After breakfast, I then decided to walk around the ship to see what was there, and usually during the day, all the shops are closed. However, there's still live entertainment, crafts, game shows, and by 3 p.m., there would be character meet and greets happening. On day of, I decided to check out some of the lounges, starting off with one of the newest additions back in 2023, the Soul Cat Lounge. Themed to the movie Soul, there's all sorts of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks with wine, beer, and zeppels, which are these snacks dusted with powdered sugar and cinnamon served with Nutella. Inside, there are multiple tables and chairs that you can sit down and relax, with a bar to get drinks from, along with TVs and a piano area where you can listen to music nightly performed by musicians. On the walls, there's all sorts of drawings, paintings, posters, record discs, and even instruments around the lounge. There's also piano keys and carpet, and at the bar, there's a saxophone, a picture of Dorothea Williams, a trumpet, 22 herself, radios, and even some pictures of other musicians, as well as Joe Gardner's hat and coat. Then there's the adult clubs on deck 3 with Nightingales. Starting off with Fathom's, adult guests can come to mingle, sing, drink cocktails, and dance. There's karaoke, game shows, comedy shows, and live musical groups happening throughout the day.
There's also Keys, a piano bar with a selection of beer and cocktails. And on the right side of the ship, besides Keys, is Oakgill's Pub, a sports bar with a wide selection of American, global, and Irish ales. During the day, you can hang out, play board games or backgammon, and catch live sporting events. Last but not least, on deck 4, on top of Lumière's, is the Lounge, a family-friendly lounge with family-friendly entertainment like karaoke, trivia game shows, and dance parties. You can even buy cocktails, smoothies, and sodas, and as the sun sets, there is lively dance parties and fun contests. By 1:30 p.m., there's a Beauty and Beast trivia, and by the end, I did not win. After trivia, it was then time for lunch on deck. On deck, there are plenty of quick service restaurants. There is Daisy Delight, serving fresh food with salads, sandwiches, wraps, and fruit. There's also Frozen Treats, inspired by Incredibles, serving frozen fruit smoothies and other refreshments. Right beside, there is Ice Cream Treats with ice cream stations, and then near the kids' splash pads, there is Duck and Diner with Middle Eastern inspired shawarma and classic American fare like hamburgers and hot dogs. Last but not least, next to Goofy's pool is Pinocchio's Pizzeria, serving all kinds of pizza from pepperoni, cheese, and more. Now, we got ourselves some lunch here up on deck, and first we have the cheeseburger and fries from Duck and Diner. Duck food at Duck and Diner is pretty good, especially if you want quick lunch. There's also the pepperoni pizza from Pinocchio's Pizzeria, along with the margarita pizza, and for the most part, they're average pizzas. And then, of course, if we're on Disney Cruise, we have to get ice cream from Ice Cream Treats. And I was originally going to get the vanilla and chocolate cone, although they unfortunately ran out of vanilla at that time, so I just got myself a chocolate instead, and it was still good. Now, starting midday, we got these Pirate Night bandanas that you can wear during Pirate Night, and around 3 p.m., that's when we got the chance to meet many of the characters out in their pirate gear. From Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, Donald, and Goofy, where I want to see how many characters I can meet in 1 hour. Hello there, Daisy. Happy Pirate Night. I love the costume. Is it okay to get a picture with you? Now next up, we're going to be heading over to meet Captain Mickey. And up there is Minnie's line, although I think they just cut her off, so hopefully we get to meet Mickey, and maybe sometime today, meet Minnie. Hello there, Mickey. How's it going? Happy Pirate Night. I love the costume.
Howdy. I know he's the captain, but he's a pirate tonight. Can you believe it?
Yeah. Is it okay if I get a picture with you?
A picture? Yeah, we can do that.
Hello there, Minnie. How's it going? Happy Pirate Night. I love the outfit. Is it okay if I get a picture with you? Now, we just got to see Minnie in her pirate outfit along with Mickey and Daisy Duck. I just realized too, we also got to technically see Donald when he was going down, although we unfortunately missed out on his character meet and greet. Now Goofy's meeting, so I guess we should go ahead and meet Goofy. Happy Pirate Night, Goofy! How's it going? I love the costume and all. Now all the way up there is the line to meet Chip and Dale for Pirate Night at 5 o'clock. Right now, Goofy is meeting guests. We just met Goofy, and very soon, Captain Hook will be meeting guests at the lobby. I think right now, we're going to go ahead and head upstairs so that we can get a bit of rest, and then hopefully by 5:45 head over to Lumière's. Now during Pirate Night, there is a special menu with all sorts of food items at each of the restaurants. In this case, there was Lumière's, Animator's Palate, and Rapunzel's, serving the same menu of food items, essentially. First was the Johnny Cake, which was our bread service for the night. In terms of appetizers, there was the marinated shrimp, fennel, orange, and kiwi salad, and baby gem, a deep-fried calypso crab cake, and many more food items. For appetizer, I tried the marinated shrimp, and it was decent. For the entrees of the night, There was all sorts of food items from lamb shank, jerk chicken, a grouper fillet, Jack's Treasures of the Seas pasta, and a strip loin with vegetable and lighter note offerings. I decided to get the Tia Dalma jerk chicken, a 48-hour jerk marinade chicken grilled and served with rice and peas, fried plantains, and a pineapple chili sauce. Last but not least came dessert, where they had the Bounty Fruit Cobbler, Bananas in Paradise, rum-soaked chocolate cake, Pirate's Treasure sundae, a caramel macadamia nut cheesecake tart, and a coconut creme flan, as I decided to get a Bounty Fruit Cobbler with vanilla ice cream, which was really good. I feel like out of all the menus on the ship, I think Pirate Night menu is my least favorite personally, as I'm not a huge fan of dishes, especially on all the other ships. Although, if anything, it was nice to go back to Lumiere's and dine inside. Afterwards, it was then time to get back to meeting characters around the ship, because one of our first characters and most popular characters on the ship is going to be Captain Hook and Mr. Smee. And with a 75-minute wait, I thought I'd go ahead and meet them. Good evening, Captain Hook and Mr. Smee. Happy Pirate Night. So great to see you two. Yeah, you're so great. Yes. Is it okay if I take a picture with you? And we just got a picture with Captain Hook and Mr. Smee. And I mean, for the most part, it was nice to see Captain Hook and Mr. Smee. Although, I feel like out of all the characters we saw so far, that line was crazy. Of course, we have Mickey Mouse meeting guests at the moment. We saw him earlier. And actually, after we saw Captain Hook and Mr. Smee, I decided to get a picture behind an interesting photo op themed to Pirates of the Caribbean, and it was nice. Although I was going to try and maybe see Chip and Dale, however, it looks like the line is unfortunately cut off at the moment. Maybe next time. And we're now back in our room, and what in the world? I did not expect to be there. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be right here. We have our third towel animal of the cruise with sunglasses. And wouldn't you know it, there is the Dead Man's Tells No Tales chocolate and some more Sweet Dreams chocolates, along with a survey for how everything was so far. And we have made it back to our room. Now we're going to go ahead and head back upstairs, but I did want to talk about one important aspect to the pirate nights on board the Disney Cruise Line ships. Now with every pirate night, there's going to be some sort of fireworks show. In the case of Disney Magic, we're going to go ahead and watch Pirates in the Caribbean Deck Party. Here you can join Mickey and friends, along with some other pirates, in this swashbuckling fireworks spectacular, where it is part stage show, part fireworks show. And I would recommend getting there 30 to 45 minutes in advance, as this is quite possibly the most popular show in Disney Cruise Line that you might see. So let's go ahead and kind of relax for a bit, and then head up to Deck 9 for Pirates in the Caribbean Deck Party.
If you're ready, let me see you say yo-ho! Let's do it!
Hey, who caused the music?
What happened? Who turned on the lights?
We were having fun.
No worries, ladies. It's me, your old pirate pal, Mickey Mouse. Our Pirates in the Caribbean party is about to start, and I just wanted to tell you that no matter what happens tonight, I'm on your side.
Disney.
Oh yeah! Go Goofy! Hot dog! How does this make you feel?
This one makes me stand crazy.
Me too, need someone to dance with a partner. Disney, would you dance with me?
Oh, it's not that lily-livered landlubber. 'Tis I, Captain Hook. Me crew and I are commandeering your little party. 'Tis high time you learned how a bloodthirsty crew really celebrates. Captain Hook, look, it's Mickey Mouse!
Bad Hook. But now, let a hero show you how it's really done. I promised you a party, so here's a party in the sky. Look!
Now, after the fireworks show, I actually got to see Disney Wish across from the Disney Magic at sea with their own Pirate Night fireworks show happening. And at 10:50 p.m. in celebration of Pirate Night, Pirates Caribbean played on the television screen to end things off with tonight. I think that's going to be it for today's adventure. We did a lot of things, say, from exploring the ship, dining at Lumière's, and even celebrating Pirate Night. Hey everyone, today is the final day of our 4-day Disney Magic Halloween High Seas cruise, and we're going to be doing a special behind the scenes tour, going on water slides, meeting the Sanderson sisters, eating at Animator's Palate, and having a fun day at sea on board at Disney Magic. So let's go ahead and have a great day adventure. Now, the first thing we're going to be doing in the morning is the behind-the-scenes tour that's offered for free on every Disney cruise ship. We started at Palo's, which is a fine dining restaurant that offers brunch and dinner, as you order from an a la carte menu with meals starting at $40 per person, and it is only for adults and has a strict dress code. However, for behind-the-scenes tour, we were only there as a waiting area. Eventually, it was in time to check out Deck 5, which is actually where the kids clubs are at. And because of the kids clubs, Deck 5's ceiling is actually lower than the other decks, where it's made to make sure that kids can feel like adults. On top of that, theming is everywhere, whether that's the kids clubs to even the carpet on the floor. Deck 5 is themed to waves. And then on Deck 4, it is themed to the coral reef, and on Deck 3, it is themed to the bottom of the sea. Now, another thing too, on Deck 5, there's plenty of fun facts with the drawings. For example, the ship is 964 feet, the ship weighs about 28,200 pounds, there are 5,390 pillows on board. The 20,000 gallons of paint it takes to cover the ship could paint 2,000 average American homes. Also, our ship cruises at 2 speeds of 21.5 knots or 24 miles per hour at more than 2.5 times as fast as Mickey's Roadster. The ship can make 500,000 gallons of fresh water from seawater every day while cruising. Our ship weighs 90 million pounds. Last but not least, there's over 8,260 cups of coffee served every day on board. Now, if you ever feel lost, if you look on the stars, top means you're going forward, but the bottom 2, you're going backwards. Now on the carpet, there is a martini glass between the After Hours logo. Now, sometimes during the day, kids can walk around. Although if you turn around, there is Sorcerer Mickey's hat, which is so cool.
Now, this whole tour was 30 minutes long, and while I won't get into every single detail and fun fact, I would say it's definitely worth doing as it was entertaining and educational. After the behind the scenes tour, we decided to grab some breakfast at Cabanas before they close. As said before, they have a buffet of foods for breakfast like eggs, waffles, pancakes, bacon, sausage, fruits, pastries, and for the final day, the churro waffles, which were simply great and better than everyone has said about this. I also partook in some eggs, hash browns, and bacon, and not before also getting some fruit as well. Now, after breakfast is then time for the Royal Gathering. Here, this is a free character meet and greet where you can meet all sorts of princesses like Cinderella, Princess Tiana, and Belle. This is something you have to schedule in advance 30 days before your cruise since reservations tend to be very popular, similar to the Cabanas on the beach and Apollo brunch. By noon, it was a perfect time to check out the pool deck. At the front side of the ship, there's the adult area with a pool and 2 hot tubs nearby the games course. In the center, there's the family area with the funnel vision screen, 2 hot tubs, and a family pool. And last but not least, right beside the outdoor restaurants, there's the Aqualab splash pad for kids. On top of the 3 pools, there's also the Aquadunk, which is Disney Magic's version of an Aquaduck or an Aquamouse water slide, where you drop down 3 stories to a splash pool below. This is a really fun water slide that was actually added during the renovation a decade ago, with this slide being creation of Huey, Dewey, and Louie's at their 7th attempt, as you can see all the backstory on how they created the slide. As we can see, this is the view from the top, and this is actually crazy. Yeah, so you can see all the ocean from here. And last but not least, it was then time for a more family-friendly water slide, the Twist and Spout water slide nearby Aqualab. This is the Aqualab's double looping water slide where you twist in one direction and then the other over a distance of nearly 250 feet. Oh, picking up speed. Honestly, I feel like in terms of each water slide, if you want a more intense experience, then the Aqua Dunk is going to be a better experience for you. If you want a more family-friendly, relaxing water slide, then the Twist and Spout is definitely a fun option as well. This is more aimed for families and kids. And now we are out here in the main lobby once again. We're going to be trying to meet Serenity Sisters. Afterwards, maybe we could also see an Encanto celebration. So let's go ahead, try to meet Serenity Sisters, and afterwards, see what else we can do. So right now it is 4 o'clock, and at the moment, even though it said that the meet and greet is going to be 10 minutes, usually they kind of close it after a 10-minute mark. Here, because of its popularity, they just closed the line for the Serenity Sisters. Either way though, I managed to get a few autograph cards for both Clarabelle Cow, Minnie Mouse, and Daisy Duck, and you get these really cool autograph cards when you're in line. Because of its popularity, they can't do autographed. Instead, they just hand you out these cards, and most importantly, it is 1 photo per family and 1 phone photo per family as well, so that they can have enough time to meet everyone while doing so at a fast pace, because they have so many people to see. Well, hello there. I love the costumes. Is it okay if we get a picture? Now, after the meet and greet, it was then time for the Encanto celebration. This happened twice on the final day at the D Lounge, and I think this is mostly for the Disney Magic cruise ship, but they opened the doors 10 minutes before the show began and lasted around 30 minutes or so with trivia, music, a butterfly activity, and games, as it's mostly geared towards kids and families. But by the end, Mirabelle had a surprise meet and greet, and I got a chance to meet her. Hello! How's it going, Mirabelle?
Welcome to Casita! Yeah. See all my family's here. Well, not here, but they're
By 5:45 p.m., it was then time for dinner at our last restaurant, Animator's Palate. Animator's Palate is a restaurant that has been a fan favorite ever since its debut. This acts as a celebration of animation where inside of Disney Magic's version of the restaurant, there's all sorts of drawings of Disney characters around the restaurant, and near the end, there's even a finale show with a special surprise. They also had all sorts of cocktails, a bread service of garlic herb and focaccia, which was good. There's also appetizers like the smoked salmon tartar, sliced serrano ham, black truffle pasta purse, tomato tarts, soups, and salads. There's also the main course, which features the penne bolognese, a grilled tuna steak, chicken, pork chops, beef tenderloin, and vegetarian Lerno offerings. Of course, if I was ending my trip, I had to have a pasta since this was one of the best food items on board a Disney cruise, quite possibly one of, if not my favorite appetizers on board a Disney cruise ever. I then got dessert, which had offerings like coffee, espresso martinis, a walnut cake, chocolate fudge cheesecake, the warm sticky date pudding, and my choice, a cookies and cream sundae. The ice cream along with the chocolate chips, cookies, and chocolate sauce was sweet and delicious, as it was a great way to end dinner at Animator's Palate. The restaurant is quite possibly my favorite on board with the incredible theming, the food that was still as good as it is with other restaurants on board, and on top of that, the show was an amazing way to end off our night.
Whoa, careful, easy.
In all honesty, this is one of those restaurants that I would do twice, because even if you're not going on the first night, there's also the second night where you can have your own creations come to life. Of course, I feel like this is probably going to be Panier since it is last night, and I feel like it's a perfect way to end your night on a Disney Magic cruise ship. And kind of sad, that was the last dinner, so I think right now we have Disney Dreams and Enchanted Classic. Here, this is a musical where it's going to be 1 hour long. It's happening twice at 6 p.m. and 8:30, and of course, as usual, there is no filming allowed, so I will be seeing you guys afterwards. Now, with Disney Dreams and Enchanted Classic, it was a cute show. It's basically a Broadway show with all sorts of Disney characters. I thought the actors did a fantastic job, and like every Disney production, it was an enjoyable show to end off our cruise. Although the last show is going to be Till We See You Again, where you get a chance to see all the characters for one last time and say goodbye to them all in this show. So, to end off our cruise, let's go ahead and watch it.
Well, a very good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the beautiful lobby atrium, the heart of the Disney magic. In just a few moments, I'm going to be bringing out some of very special friends of mine to come and meet and greet with all of you for around about 15 minutes here on deck 3 and deck number 4. Then, I'm going to ask them to join us back on the stage and the stairs for a final farewell moment that you really won't want to miss. First up, we have Tangled, the musical! Twice Charmed, a twist on the Cinderella story. We of course had Pirate Night, everyone say, Arrgh! And of course, we had Disney Dreams and Enchanted Classic. But now it's time to welcome some of our favourite Disney friends. Make some noise for Goofy! Daisy Duck! Our number 1 Duck, Donald! Captain Minnie Mouse! And of course, Captain Mickey Mouse! But now it's time to welcome some of our royals to give a royal wave to Rapunzel! Ariel! Belle! Cinderella! And of course, Princess Tiana!
And now it is pure chaos. Everyone is going to one character to another. It is going to be one photo per group because they want to keep that line moving. And we just got a picture with Goofy taken by one of the incredible actors from tonight's show.
Well, one last thing left for us to say. From all of us to all of you, until we meet again.
Now's the time to say goodbye to all our company. Oh gosh! M-I-C. See ya real soon. K-E-Y. Why? Because we like you.
Let's make some noise for Captain Hook and the performers from the Walt Disney Theatre! But now it is time to say goodnight to all of our pals and princesses. So, wave one hand in the air, give a royal wave to Rapunzel! Princess Tiana! Cinderella! Ariel! And Belle! Now it's time to say goodnight to all of our pals. So everyone say, good night, Goofy! Good night, Goofy! Everyone, raise that hand back in the air and say, ta-ta, Daisy! Ta-ta, Daisy! Everyone, we've got to tell him he's number 1. So everyone say, you're number 1, Donald! You're number 1, Donald! That's right, Donald, you're always our number 1. But we can't say goodbye to our captains, Minnie and Mickey, can we? No, we say see you real soon. So, on the count of 3, I want everyone to say, see you real soon, Captain Minnie and Mickey. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. See you real soon, Captains. Once again, thank you all so much for coming and joining us here on the beautiful Disney Magic for this incredible cruise. I really hope that you had fun, because we sure did. But one last thing left for me to say. On behalf of Captain Jason, his officers and crew, we'll see ya real soon. Good night, everyone.
It is now day 5, aka Disembarkation Day. When it comes to the night before, if you wanted the crew to bring your luggage to port, then you'll have to leave it out by 10 p.m. the night of. By the time we left our room, it was then time to check out and disembark the ship with our Key to World card, as guests slowly disembark when the color and character that's on your luggage is called. Now, when it came to the Disney Magic cruise ship, it was an amazing time with tons of amenities there. There's also fantastic dining options, from Rapunzel's to Animator's Palate, and even some of the entertainment on the ship was pretty good. While it's not as advanced as the Disney Wish, I really liked the Art Deco style of the lobby. The room was comfortable, and on top of that, for a cruise ship that's over 25 years old, it is still a good cruise ship that I would definitely go on again. Right now, that's going to be a wrap on our 4-day Disney Magic Cruise vacation. I had an amazing time, whether that was celebrating Halloween on board, visiting Disney's newest private island, watching fireworks at sea, and many more. Let me know in the comments below, have you ever been on a Disney cruise ship? And if so, what's your favorite thing to do? If you want to help support the channel, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and follow for more. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.